But Jung is more influenced by religion, and he doesn't agree with him. Therefore, they had some differences. There's a book, it's called Jung and Tibetan Buddhism, where Jung said that the Tibetan Book of the Dead had influenced him a lot. He said that this book has been with me all the time, and lots of my discovery and my theory is based on the teaching of this book. But when we look at Jung and his theory, we can see that his view is different than Freud, but his view is still rather superficial, or at least on the superficial level. I think he only got more influence from that book. Anyhow, because of the difference of the ideas of Jung and Freud, I think they had very different ideas. Later on, I think Freud Freud thinks that dream is mainly based on the previous habits or subconscious that happened previously. Let it be inside their habitual patterns or so on. But Adler thinks that it is more related to the future. I think it also is because of his childhood experience. Although Freud, at the end of his later of his years, though two of his disciple or colleagues didn't continue with his tradition, they all developed their own thinking, but he also contributed quite a bit to the Western psychology. From certain aspects, we can see that their thinking is not completely based on their enlightenment, their realization, their actual practice, their understanding of the nature of mind. In fact, their study is based on the analysis of the mad people, or going through the analysis of their own experience. There's a saying, I think it's quite witty. It says that everyone in this world has a psychological problem, except it is only that everyone has different psychological problems. I think this kind of witty saying is very similar to Buddhism's view of that people have all kinds of afflictions. Only that through psychology they didn't really talk about it on that level. Therefore, as Buddhists, either from the angle of psychology or the angle of Buddhism, we should stand at a point that is rather impartial, and we should try to experience and try to put things into practice so that you understand what Buddhism is teaching. Let it be distraction or dualistic thoughts. All different things could bring you different insights through such practice. In the Shrangama Samadhi Sutra, it says that first of all, you should develop awareness and not enter into samsara. But without awareness, you are ignorant with confusion, that can only lead to hell realm, to be born in hell realm.
有这个可能性的，所以我们在这里呢，要就是讲一下，就是它的这个必要是这样。
That is the necessity of it.
它既然是合理性，就是这一句话是要可能盖一下，
To accomplish
要到
this,
这样的境界的话，就是可能这句话盖的就是
we
要
need
到
to
这
stop
样的
looking
境界
at
的话
harmful
呢，那就需要
circumstances as problems and
它
make
既
every
然是合理
effort
的，这句
to
话盖
view
的
them as
它要到
beneficial.
的这样的境界的话，那就需要智者啊，就是将那些损害就是视为过患的方面，然后需要尽最大的努力呢，就是把他们就是视为这个功德。
If we want to attain this kind of realization, seeing illness and so on,
就不用不想要，就是它是很开心的，
as an object
到的这样
of
境界的话呢，我们尽可能的就是
happiness rather than
这些损害方面的
unwanted
这个把它看作是过患的。
object.
然后
I
那
think
个
this is quite
这些损
important.
害就是不管是疾病也好，怨敌也好，这些呢就是看着
These
功德，
kinds of
这个很重要。如果你真的要
obstacles
想到这样的话呢，你就生病也好，
should
别
be
人的恶意
viewed
也好
as
别人
merit.
对你的危害也好，这些是看
Let
作
it be
一个
illness,
这样的话肯定
slandering
很好，对我
criticism,
来讲是
or
很好的。
harmful
就是
actions
不
from
要把它
others.
看作这个
All
损
of
害啊，
those
这个
should
对
be
我很
viewed
不好的，这个对我
as
很不好的，就不要看作这样的。
benefits
为
rather
什么
than
呢？因为
harmful
就是是不
actions.
是愿意对境呢？归根结
After
底
all,
是一致。
whether a thing
心理
is
的一种
pleasant
生
or
活方式
unpleasant
到
comes
底
down
是
to
这些
how
是
it is
可爱还
perceived
是不
by
可
the
爱
mind.
就是实际上是你的
In
心理的
fact,
这种
like
方
it
式
or
啊，
not,
就是如果你觉得可爱就是可爱，
you
如果
prefer
你
it
觉
or
得不可爱
not,
的话
it
那
is
就是不
really
可爱
based
哎
on
就
how
实
your
际上是
mind
没有一个
grasps,
就
how your
真正的这
mind
个外境，就没有一
created
个
such
真正的
kind of
真正的外境啊，就是这一点
fixation.
确实是我们心理串系的一个这种方法。它下面这样一
And
个
then
比喻啊，
then,
比如说，那么经常呢，
there's an
就是
example.
亏
Take
恼
an
啊，
example.
就是象征
Someone
是过
who
患的这些人来讲
continuously
呢，不管是你有
who
了受用
continually
也好，眷属也
dwells
好，
of
等等这些
futility
现象
of
之后呢，
ordinary
就是
mundane
越来越烦恼
preoccupations
啊。我们
will
有些人
only
是
get
不
more
愿意
and
就是
more fed
人
up
群不
as
愿
their
愿意这
wealth
个获得财富啊，
or
这样的话呢，
circle
就是把它
increase.
亏恼就是看成是过患嘛，看成过患的话呢，啊，你有了钱就是觉得很痛苦，来了一些人的话呢，心里也是
There are
很
people
烦。
who really
然
don't
后
want
生
to
意
be
好
in
的话呢，就是
crowds,
也很不开
circles
心
of
的，人多
people,
的时候
don't
也很
like
不开心的，
wealth
就是这样
or
的，就是说一种
fame.
本来
Then they
是
would
一个外
see
境，就是但是呢，你
busy
不喜欢亏恼嘛，
circumstances
就是不喜欢关恼的
or
话呢，那反正
ordinary
有了这
mundane
个受用啊、眷属啊、
preoccupations
就应承啊，
as
这些的时候你心里特别烦啊。我现在有了名
obstacles.
声了，有了钱了，怎
They
么
would
办呢？
feel
就是
that,
这
oh,
样
I
的。
really don't
如果
want
这个
fame.
把
I
亏
really
恼
don't
呢，
want
就
too much
是
money.
看成
What
为
should
是
I
利
do
益
about
的，
all these
对众
burdens?
人们来讲的话呢，那羡
On
慕
the
的
other
话
hand,
就是
someone
这
who
也是
sees
啊，不
worldly
管是
affairs as
名声、财
meaningful
富这
and
个荣华
beneficial
富贵
will
的话呢，
seek
啊，
and
这个是
beneficial and
很
will
好的
seek
话，
and
那就
even
大家都
pray
觉
to
得
have
啊，就这
such
样。我
affairs
现在
to
接触有
increase
一
their
些，比
power
如
and
世界的一些
influence,
领导的话呢，他们就特别羡慕啊，某个人
such
有钱，
as
某个人当了
lots
副
of
局长
the
啊，某个人这个开的豪华的
leaders
车
in
多
our
好啊，这
world.
但是
They
一个修
want
行
to
人来
gain
看的话
more
呢，就
fame
是
and
这些
more
名声
money.
地位财富的话
They
呢，就
would
对他们来讲
admire
是特
so
别
and
的这个
so
看
who
不起
earned
的，
more
就没有
money,
任
so
何的
and
这个
so
意义。
became
虽
the
然是一
new
个外境，
deputy
比如说
chief,
名声啊，
deputy
就是什么这个
director,
豪华的车、
so
豪
and
华
so
的，
started
这些是一
driving
样的道理。
luxurious
但是
cars.
如果就是把
But
它当
those
做有
kinds
功
of
德的人
things
来
are
看的
in
话呢，
fact
对他来讲是哇，
meaningless
太开心
to
了。我现在
good
开车，我现在
practitioners, good
有这样的这
renunciants.
个眷属，特别开心。如
So,
果一个修
for
行
the
人来
same
看的话
kind
呢，就
of
是同样的外境，
situations,
把它
such
当
as
做一种
fame,
过患。同
luxurious
样的道理，
cars and
我们
house
这个
and
疾
so
病的
on,
话呢，
people would view
修
it
行
very
高道的
differently.
人来
For
讲的话，
people
啊，我现在
with
生病了，多开心啊，挺好的，
such
挺好的。
fixation
我
on
现在
them,
别
they
人
would
都诽
really
谤我，
enjoy
多好
it.
多好，
They
看不
would
见。
want more.
如果
They wish
心里
that
很
they
脆
have
弱
a
的人来
more
讲，我
crowds
生
of
病了，我
people,
怎么
circle
办？
of
我这
people
次
to
不会
follow
死
them.
了，
But
那
for
就是
renouncing
不
it,
敢看
for
医
the
院。
same
我有一个
circumstances, they
妈
would
妈
view
就是说，
them
我每次把
as
患上的时候
harmful.
根本不敢看医院，因为
Similarly,
这些
once
医
you
院
get
是很
sick,
坏的，就万一他们
good
真的有
practitioners
些
would think
一
that I
个
can transform it
什
into
么
practice. That's
癌症
wonderful.
晚期的
But
话，
for
那我
people
特
who are
别害
weak
怕，我受
minded,
不
they
了
would
了，
think that,
我
am I
每
going
次
to
都是
die?
根
So it
根
really
本不
depends
敢去
on how
看医
people
院
would
的。
view
但如
the
果
same
就是如
situation.
果修行比较好
just as a Lama used to told me that I don't want to go to hospital because those hospitals are terrible. If if they told me that I am on late stage cancer, what should I do? I can't do that. So for the same circumstances, people view it very differently. Maybe we would stop it here for people who view preoccupation as beneficial. They would view it as beneficial. They would view it as beneficial and wanted. So I'll give you the oral transmission now.
Loptin Dunzer Janchang of Gombach Chete, Dunzik Scepter, Dumurtan, Nirmuso, Galabzo, the Zero, Chongan Mawa, Shangoatan, a Janian Longshore Laftim, the Semcher Mambu, Sherp, Nyukshan, Nyukshan, Wometan, Chigni, Lamlan Churada, Telir Jayan, Rayan Yerkin, Natsukim, Chonin, Rojan. Wembir nes teter mepe rikpa shinda tangla tiwong lopkor slavi shirte choyar nang dungar thozi ki yeshit jongana tangbo ndinzi nang de mir no pala tenne jongwa jikte de chud nyansa wemba lhanji chumchir la tenne jongwa sur shipi jimsin yang de yimbr shato dur dona kengan dungar tamchi ki semla mangno permaz datag ni ki devi yedin chin jin tabr shepala nanga nata shir janji tamng la soba te tag mundo per na ban char kagde charab kagde yung gor na ba khonan char gu ba la lob gu te gungwa la nyen se te tag kyonji shuk su ta wa gagchang yondun su ta mbapa tamchi ki flab gu de yer te gung yegung yimman no lun zin tsir la tagbi shir de khwernan dun zi nyermu ki shuk ne mangda sambar nam Kordang longshu su chizim jepa te zamda sanang chejang. Danzi la panyong dar tawa nam ngatang jepa la yermun tsinchadu shepa vizhenu. Sonam daye tamche zirba Tomna nibe jana panshe jan tirga nanji rarlong chuba chubum zonen joa